You know, I never really knew about you. I've seen from time to time your thumbnails and your videos. I never really clicked onto your videos till recently. And just yesterday, I'm realizing that you know, you was making videos about me or whatever the case may be. So I've clicked on some of your videos and I listened to you. And you sound like you try to represent yourself like a man with some integrity, right? Now, here's my thing. How do you represent yourself as a man who stands with integrity and you stand next to Charleston White, especially after his last move, this last movie that he made, right? I see at one point in time, I hear that you distanced yourself from the man and then you started dealing with him again. And I'm like, you know, as a father, right? I'm a father with autistic children. I have
Pause. Welcome on into another episode of the Healthy Discussion Show. Today we're doing a reaction video with you have Hassan Campbell that's trying to get a message to Anton Daniels about Charleston White and their relationship. Now, character matters, right? I want y'all to see the entirety of this video, and then you will see what I'm talking about. Smash that like button, tell a friend to tell a friend. This is the beginning, this is not the end. Another episode of the Healthy Discussion Show. Continue to watch.
more than one autistic child, right? And to see Charleston White go out of his way to befriend Woody, a dude that got popularity because of the YSL trial, and he's a hot commodity. Charleston White finds his way into this man's life like a leech, the same way he did me, the same way he did.
So let me give you some more context. Obviously, there's something going on between Hassan Campbell and Charleston White. Hassan Campbell is basically like, Charleston White, you bit my style, you blocked me, you willing to do whatever in order to be at the top. And generally speaking, that's most people at the very, very tippy top. But some people have character, right? And I want y'all to continue to watch it so you can understand what I'm saying. But, you know, if you have autistic kids, you know, may God bless you. And I know that's probably a patient thing you have to deal with. So I wouldn't shame that community at all, because that's most likely sincere. If you're a dad or anything along that nature, that's 9 times out of 10 sincere to the family structure and the dynamic. And you have to be a bit more patient. You never know. Each case is a different scenario. So bless his autistic kids, you know. But let's continue. I tell people, leave the kids out of it, though. That's always been my thing. But let's continue.
The mothers of Tuka, FBG Duck, and others to keep himself relevant. He's injected himself in lives of people, acting like he's an activist, and then turning around and showing the world over and over again that he's one of the most evilest, the most wickedest men. And then turn around when he get caught with his hand in a cookie jar, it's entertainment. Let me say something to make you laugh. Let me steal a little bit of Hassan Campbell, mix with this one and mix with that one, and go to a more popular channel and regurgitate what everybody else says, right? This is what Charleston White has been doing. Now, Anton, and yeah, I'm looking for a response, and I'm keeping it respectable, my brother. I'm going to keep it respectable. Even though I've seen you make videos about me in the past, talking about my situation and people not letting me dumb out. If people are your friends, they won't let you dumb out. See, here's my thing, my brother. I had to keep myself relevant.
That's true. That's true. If that's your friend and you say, hey, bro, you shouldn't do that, and you know the person shouldn't do it, that's a real friend. I don't care if you like what the person is saying. You may not like what the person is saying, but the person has a right to let you know, hey, you may be crashing. That shows character. Now, if you with people that's like, well, it don't matter if they do it, don't matter if they don't, you don't need to be around those type of people. If they see something coming your way and they don't say anything to you at all, question them. No one likes the person that holds people accountable. That's one thing I had to find out. But let's continue.
Relevant in a fight that nobody cared about. So whatever it took for me to do, I was Charleston White before Charleston White, wilding out all over the internet, trying to stay alive. I was told the minute I got off the internet, I was going to get my snot box rocked. My TV was going to get turned off. So I could have used the help of a lot of big platforms, other platforms like yours. But instead, you stand next to a dude like Charleston White that went out of his way to say some, I'm not even repeating some of the stuff that he said about YSL Woody's daughter. And my thing is, hurt.
Leave the kids out of it, Charleston. Leave the kids out of it. But let's get some more context with this one, right? Let's get some more context because Anton Daniel and Charleston White, they got into it. But see, men can have their differences and they can also come back around the table to square up their differences or to square off their differences or to have a healthy discussion about their differences. There's nothing wrong with that. Just because you don't like somebody today don't mean all your tomorrows you may not like them. If y'all have some type of friendship that's beyond the money, that's beyond the hype, that's beyond the cloud, you should have a right to holler at the person. You should have the right to have a discussion without being in harm of anything, right? You should have a right to have a healthy disagreement. But let's continue. That's just where the character lies, right? Keyword of today should be character.
People hurt people. If somebody said something hurtful to Charleston White, I could have understood it, him responding out of anger, like how people antagonized me when I told the story of what happened to me. I became Hassan Campbell. Me being on the internet wasn't an easy task. People had things to say about me that wasn't very nice, and it was hurtful. Me being a child, I got judged by a grown man. But Charleston White went out of his way to pick and start damn near every fight that he got into to keep himself relevant. And he turned YSL Woody's daughter into a casualty all over the internet in front of the world to see. Made fun of her being autistic, made fun of her having a crooked wooden leg. And for me, he could have pulled up on Woody at any given time to unleash anything that he had to unleash on that grown man. Now, instead, he got wicked. And us as men, us tribal leaders, as villagers, people, we have platforms. And I ain't just talking to you, Anton, but I'm definitely talking to you because you out of all of them, I can't expect St. Cheese to have integrity. Ooh. Especially a platform that Charleston White built. I can't expect for St. Cheese to have integrity.
Can someone say sneak dish? Can someone say sneak dish? Sneak dish.
And the Italian or the Mexican, the Dante show, whatever his name is, I don't expect him to do that neither. I expect him to do what the colonizer do. But you, my brother, you stood next to that man and you standing next to that man and you inviting him back into your platform, into your house after he done committed treason.
But that's what men do. I mean, you have your indifference, you have your differences, you voice your opinion. Most people may not like what you say. They may get into their feelings. After they get over the emotional roller coaster, you generally can rekindle it and actually excel to the goal. So I don't find nothing wrong with what Anton did as far as this one. There's nothing wrong with it. You have a problem when you see the person. It wasn't violent. It was like, bro, let me holler at you real quick. They chopped it up real fast. Next thing you know, they in the club together. Anton brought his wife. Charleston White was in there. You know, with the gentleman's club. And that was that. Now, on the contrary, Hassan Campbell and Charleston may not have that type of relationship or let's just say that type of dynamic. So therefore, there may be a bit different because it feels it's coming off as being too indifferent. But yet, y'all could still make it make sense. That's all I'm saying.
He verbally assassinated that little girl all over the internet. Charleston White, do you know how many parents out there wake up every day finding out that their child is autistic? And it's the most painfulest thing in the world to find out that your child is not going to be regular. And when you die, that autistic child is still going to be with a kid's mentality. And even ones that's in the higher spectrum will never fully be normal. You know, it's crazy. Yeah, that's a story I tell on a whole nother video. Because being that I'm a dad of autistic children, I think this is the door for me to open up the avenue to have conversations to the parents out there and teach them that's new with autistic children about the trials and tribulations that you're going to face.
If you've recently moved or experienced changes in your...
What do y'all think about this so far? Is Hassan reaching a bit? Now, he do have a valid point. I always say leave the kids out of the situation. I'm not going to say that, right? And what exactly did Charleston say directly to him? But let's continue.
Fears, the tears, the growth, the love, the happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Anton, I expect more from you, from the way you represent yourself and the way that you say that you carry yourself. Charleston White is a nasty individual. And now him sitting up there talking about, oh, he turning back to God. God don't want no hypocrite. He's disgusting.
Well, you can't really say that, right? You don't really have the power and or the right to say that, Hassan. Now, you might be in your feelings. I get that. I totally understand it. You want to protect the autistic kids. Why? Because you can relate to it directly. And even if you couldn't relate, it's just morals and principles. So he should have left little Woody kid out of it, right? You have a right to say that. But at the same time, you don't have a right. This is where we don't agree. You don't have a right to say, well, God don't need to forgive the man. Because he's going to forgive you as many times as possible, as long as you could relate and or be accountable for your mistakes. So for you to say that, that's where I don't agree. He supposedly, if you read the book, supposed to forgive you more times than men will ever be able to forgive you. 999 times, just to be exact. I think the number was 777. Some miraculous number, if we want to go biblical. But let's continue. Once again, Kirk.
And he doesn't stand for nothing. He never stood for any children. He's never done anything for any children. That man is a master manipulator, a.k.a. a liar.
Ooh.
I don't know if he was created by the CIA, the FBI, or the DEA. I just know that he's going through his humiliation ritual as he elevates in his riches. It is what it is. I ain't got to sit up there and make this a long, drawn-out video. Pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. People will sit up there and smile in your face all the while. They want to take your place. Isn't that what you did, Charleston White, the Woody? He was getting too much attention. So you got next to him, just same way you got next to me, but you kept it on the internet. We were supposed to get next to each other in real life. Then I had to fall back for you because you ain't have no respect for Math Hoffa's kids, a nigga that I'm not dealing with now. But at the same time, there's principles when it comes to this. You attacking people, kids, for no reason. Just to keep yourself relevant. You'll do anything to stay on top. And that's what makes you dangerous. It is what it is, man. If you got an autistic child, express your love for autism in the comment section of this video in support of our children and the children all over the world that's autistic. Hit that like button, hit the share button, hit that subscribe button, and pay attention to your circle before they hurt you.
All right. Before we go on to the next scene, right, because Anton's going to reply to this, which was magnificent and brilliant, right? Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate people sending me this to react to. It was fresh and it was hot off the press, fresh out the grease. Grab your pots and pans. It's time to cook. Don't forget the spatula. If you're feeling a bit generous, you can send something to PayPal and or Cash App right down below. But most importantly, subscribe to the channel and hit those bell notifications so you can get this update so I can be part of the algorithm. Let's go.
Mount.
What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com.
Okay.
I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. In the airport, about to catch another flight. I got to shoot over to Germany and then head over into Romania. So you know me about business, taking care of business. And I got my friendly shirt on. So my response to this video that you guys just seen, hopefully will be pretty brief. But I'm
Romania. Can I allegedly, hypothetically think that you may be meeting with Andrew Tate soon? Can I hypothetically, allegedly think that you may be sitting down with Andrew Tate? But let's continue.
I'm going to directly address Hassan Campbell from some of the concerns that he said, right? So you've seen the video. It's no point in me going back over it. So let me just give you my insight, right? So here's the thing, Hassan. When it comes to Charleston, it sounds like y'all got a little bit of a tiff going on back and forth that I'm not familiar with.
Right.
I don't know the history of everything that Charleston is involved in, so it's difficult for me to speak on. You are, I guess, holding me accountable for allowing for Charleston to have conversation with me on my platform because you got a disagreement with him. You got to address him, big dog.
Facts.
It ain't got nothing to do with me. Y'all disagreement. Now I understand that as you described it, because I wasn't familiar with the fact that you have an autistic child. And, you know, I hope that that is, you know, a decent situation. You say you love your child and all of that. I think that that's awesome, bro. God bless you. Congratulations. But guess what? Has nothing to do with me. And more importantly, the conversations that Charleston and I had, I would say 75 to 80% was about his experience about getting arrested and politics, right? I wanted to get his insight on what was going on with the election. And I wasn't familiar with what was going on with Woody. So if you look at the interview, if you look at it in its entirety, I know it's a lot to look at. But if you look at the interview in its entirety, I'm like, what's going on with y'all? I'm not familiar with it because I don't keep up with that.
When it comes to getting to market in a more quick manner, popular pace helps.
And to me, Anton ain't saying nothing wrong. What does that have to do with me? What y'all going through? See, people like that want you to pick and choose sides and this, that, the third. And that's when it gets very, very sloppy. All right. They want you to pick and choose sides for what? That's none of your concern. Some people want to exercise their loyalty. Well, let me see if he's loyal, even if I'm dead wrong. And, you know, so I kind of agree with, not kind of, I agree with Anton on this one. That don't have anything to do with him, but yet he took heed. He still paid attention to the conversation, which shows character. Once again, character is the word for today. Character is the word for today. Put it down in the chat. Character. What's your character? When you get into a heated situation, what's your character? You know, when life tests you, what's your character? Some people act belligerent. Some people will still be cool, calm, and collective and get things done and driven or goal-oriented. What's your character? That should be the question.
He and him not having a conversation about all of the different things that's been happening in his life, I wanted to hear it directly from him,
right,
and hear it on the internet. Now, he didn't go into detail or explain anything as far as what him and Woody's beef, as far as him saying something about his daughter. He briefly mentioned it, but again, I'm not familiar with it. So you probably gave me more insight than he did, because that's not what we talk about offline. Now, as far as me and him falling out at one point and then linking back up, we did run into each other in Detroit and we chopped it up and we handled it like brothers. We handled it like men, and we said, hey man, let's catch up and let's talk about it on the pod. And, you know, let's rock out. And so that's what we did. And so now that we're cool again, because that's what people do. I'm sure you're familiar with the idea that people fall out and then they get back cool. But
I agree with that. That's natural. That's human. You're not going to totally agree with everything that anyone says. So it's okay to have the unhealthy discussion in order to have a healthy one at that, or unhealthy disagreement in order to then have a healthy one. That's totally normal. At least I know you're not a robot. Let's continue.
But me and him, we didn't really fall out over nothing major. You know, it was just
minor.
I mean, I'm sure y'all familiar with it. It was a minor tiff, minor disagreement. And when we ran into each other, we chopped it up. We probably discussed it for about 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And then we was just so happy to see each other and see each other in a good space. And we was like, hey man, let's connect and have a good time. So we partied the rest of the night. We ain't talked nothing about none of that stuff. We just had a good time. And now that everything is cool, and even when things wasn't as awesome as it should have been, unless I'm addressed publicly by somebody that I know in real life, because I've met his mother, I've met his brother, I've met his family, he's met my family and stuff like that. Unless I'm addressed publicly by somebody that I know and I have their phone number, I don't talk about stuff that we may have a disagreement with online, because I'd have to, address and deal with how people perceive me from my reputation perspective. So then I'll address that, but I still don't even say everything that we talk about or we deal with or anything like that, because if I have a disagreement with them, I'll just call them. Y'all will never know about it for somebody that I have their phone number unless they address me publicly.
I think that shows, once again, character. And y'all have to learn from other people as well, right? If y'all have a disagreement, why air it online? Like, that's a public matter. Some things, especially disagreements or things that's not relevant to the conversation, it needs to be aired offline. Everything does not need to be on the internet. Let me repeat. Everything does not need to be on the internet. So it's good to have discussions offline. Literally. It's good, especially if it's problematic and you're not sure of the outcome, or if it's just based on simply just feeling. You might feel some type of way, right? Don't let that get you caught up in misrepresenting your digital footprint, because it's going to follow you. It's like anything else. It will follow you online. Let's continue.
You will never know what kind of disagreement. So if I heard that Charleston did something that I don't agree with, I'll call him. I'll kick it with him.
Eric.
Hey, what's up, baby? What y'all doing? Y'all chilling? We're left.
Hi. I'm about to go to the restroom.
All right, let me finish up here and then I'll be over there with y'all in a minute. But yeah, man, if I have a disagreement with somebody, I'll just address them behind the scenes. That's just kind of the rules of the game of how we kind of do it in Detroit. I don't know how y'all do it over there in New York, but if I have somebody's phone number and we have a disagreement, but we cool, you know what I'm saying? We have a level of admonition for each other, regardless of how they live their life and how I live my life. And he may go on and do some great things, and I may go on and move a different path. But if I got your phone number, I'm not going to put what I think about you on the internet, but instead I'll call you and we'll have that disagreement, or we'll have that discussion, and we'll have that conversation like men, and then we'll go from there. But as far as the content creation stuff, I'm cool with it. Another thing that you addressed is you said that I did a reaction video or some reaction videos about you, which I do a lot of reaction videos about a lot of people when people send it to me, and it's a good content. And I will admit, you are a really good content creator.
Likewise, I'm doing the same thing right now about this matter, because both Hassan Campbell is a great content creator. Anton is another great one. Charleston White is another great one. And you have Little Woody on the come up. He may be another great one, but no one really knows his storyline, because character matters. Once again, the word character matters. How you act, how you react. That's all a formulation of your character. That is the formula for depending on how you act and how you represent yourself, right? That could be the formula of either a good character or a character that's not so good, right? And you can change. Sometimes you may make mistakes, right? But as far as acknowledging your mistakes and showing accountability, that's another characteristic that's happened to be good. Because you're not a robot. People make mistakes. When you do make the mistakes, acknowledge it and keep it moving. That's character. But let's continue. Another characteristics is actually addressing your affairs or your problems offline, not online, unless it's content that's scripted for y'all to inevitably beef to get more people or more following. But that has to be scripted. Damn near a movie, right? But if it's real and it's authentic, that's not needed. Let's continue. A PR will tell you that, literally. But let's continue.
Creator, and there's some things that you've done that I thought that, hey, we can have some insight and have a conversation about, because anything that you put online should be able to.
Would you be interested in collecting 5?
Should be able to follow you, right? That's what I say. Your digital footprint is very important online. What you say, what you do, how you act matters.
Right? And so that's what I did. I don't feel no type of way about you. You know, I think that you're a cool dude. I think that you're a good content creator. And whatever personal information that you put out there about yourself, that's what I react to. And to be honest with you, I'm going to be absolutely real with you. As far as friends don't let friends crash out,
That's true.
about what you addressed, about what I said, about what you said, or whatever that was, it's the truth. If your homies really loved you and they with you in real life and they see you about to do something that is not going to be good for you long term, friends don't let friends crash out, bro.
Character. That's like if I have a friend or any one of my friends see me doing something wrong and they don't say nothing about it, I kind of begin to question them, especially if I know they have integrity, especially if I know they want to see me do well, then I have a problem with that. I have a big problem with that. I would much rather argue with a person or have a healthy disagreement with a person and say, hey, you know, you did wrong, or, you know, you could have did it this way, or, you know, this may have been smarter, or you shouldn't have reacted that way. You should have did this. I would much rather that and deal with that to say, you know what? At least I know this person is my check and balance, rather than, oh no, yes, rather than being a yes man. And ladies, you can be a yes woman too. You with your friends, you with your girlfriends. You know you're not supposed to be doing this and doing that, but you tagging along doing the wrong thing, not holding yourself accountable. It's called character. It's called character. The word of the day is character. And some people literally assassinate their character. They hang themselves based on how they react and how they respond. Smash that like button if you agree. Tell a friend and tell a friend.
It's the truth. It's the facts. So, you know, you want to kick it with me, we can kick it. You want to connect, we can connect. You want to live stream, we can live stream. I think you're a cool dude. I don't have no beef with nobody. And as far as Charleston, again, I think that y'all probably need to hash that out or figure that out.
Yep.
I don't know if it's just content. I don't know if it's real personal that y'all airing it out with. But I ain't trying to have no beef with nobody. When I see people that I may have had a disagreement with in real life, we chop it up, we figure it out, and then we move on with our life. Now, as far as what he got going on with Woody, that's between him and Woody, I don't know nothing about that. I'm just now starting to become familiar with it. He didn't discuss it with me personally, and I'm just now really starting to find out about it. But again, y'all need to figure that out. If Woody is cool, you cool. If you was personally offended by something that he said.
You know what I would like to see? I would like to see Anton Daniels, Little Woody, Charleston White, and Hassan Campbell on one platform having a healthy discussion about this topic, because this will send a positive vibes to the world. You know, sometimes you turn negativity into positivity, right? And my platform, I always say, is positivity over negativity. So I think this will be good for the people. This will be good for this new culture that's forming, right? Instead of going with what hip hop artists is saying, slide this, do this, bang, bang, this, bang, bang, that. No, let's show that men, we can have disagreements and still come around the table, still come to the table, still have a full circle discussion, right? And we can move on from that. That shows character. It also shows class, right? Everything don't need to end in violence. It don't. 9 times out of 10, if you can communicate, you can block all the violence. You know, so I think that will be extraordinary for the internet. And also, I think it would be very profitable. I think it would be extremely profitable. But let's continue.
I don't know what else to tell you. God bless you. I love you. Let me know if you need anything, bro. If you want to if you want to connect, if you want to create some content, it's all love this way. And unless I really have some real beef with somebody, I ain't on that type of time, man. I'm about getting money, having a good time, and trying to do the things that's productive and conducive for my life. So let me know, bro. I love you. Friends don't let friends crash out. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.
That was well said. That showed character. That was well said. That showed character. Now, I wanted to get into this experience right here because this morning when I'm driving, I'm headed home, right? And this happened. So I said, let me share this with people because it goes to show, once again, the word is character. So we're going to expound on that, right? We're going to expound on that. So let me know if y'all can see the screen. This is going to be a video file screen. Let me know if you can see the screen. The video file is coming up soon.
In the morning when she...
Okay. So right here, so I'm on my way and I'm on my way and I see a lady, the car. I don't know what's going on with the car. I'm appalled. I'm like, how did we get here, man? But I say, let's not be quick to judge. Let me analyze the situation and see what the problem may be, right? That's just what you're supposed to do. So watch this.
Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Look at this lady. Look at this lady. What the hell was she thinking? Y'all, look at her. She's on the curb trying to hopscotch.
Y'all see, she's trying to hopscotch on the curb. All over now. In the morning, all 4 lanes open up to head wherever you need to go, right? So this lady is trying to hopscotch on the curb. And her car got stuck because it's not like she had a truck. She had a Ford, which is a car that got stuck on the sidewalk or in the medium in between the cars, So I began to think, how did she get here? Man, what were you thinking? So the man in me got out of the car, and of course, I tried to assist and help because I noticed a lot of people just walking by, just looking at the situation. Traffic is still held up. You got to go into the right-hand lane in order to get to your destination, right? So I said, let me check on this lady to see what's going on. But continue to watch the video. Smash that like button, tell a friend, and tell a friend. This is the beginning. This is not the end. This is something that happened today, so I wanted to share it with you.
And pay attention to her wheel. Pay attention to her wheel. Look at her. Look at her. Pay attention to her wheel. Pay attention to her.
Now, I don't mean to laugh, right? I don't mean to laugh. But sometimes you have to laugh to to get by in this situation. Madame, what do you think you pushing a car gonna do? What do you think pushing a car off the curb was gonna do, man, when it's just you? In that situation, call the men. You need a man on your side on this one, madame. No funny. And even one man can't do this. You got to get an army of us, right? At this point, you got to get an army of us. Look at how her car is leaning, doing the soldier lean on the sidewalk. On the medium. And then she has the nerves to try to push this car from the back. Then peep the Crocs at the same time. We're just having a little fun now. Right? Don't be overly emotional, right? Because I had character. I got out my car and I helped this woman. I'll let you know what I did. To show y'all today's topic is about character. That's why I put this video on there, because it had something to do with the message for today. Right? Plus, it was on my conscience. It was on my chest. So I said, you know what? Let's just share it. Let's just share it.
Pay attention to her wheel. Look at.
Peep the run, though. It's the run. She had her Crocs in sport mode. If anybody put sport mode, I'm talking about hitched up to the back like it was time for her to go.
at her. Look at her. She's stuck. Woman, what you doing?
Now, the homeless guy from across the street, the skater, right? Because I see him every morning. But obviously he had character. Don't judge a book by its cover. Because look, everyone else and their grandmother who was driving rode past this lady. I watched it. The homeless man had more character than 90% of people that was in traffic on that day. The lady that was in front of me, right? The lady that was in front of me, if you can see it right here, the lady right here, hopefully you can see the cursor right here. The lady that was right here, she ended up getting out her car as well, right? But I'm going to give you the gist of the story. Continue to watch. He came through and he tried to help the woman. This is a homeless man now. They had more character than people who have homes. Pay attention.
Doing? I'm trying to go home and you in traffic. What we doing? Zoom in. What we doing? Ma'am, madam, what we doing? You could not make this up, man. What were you thinking?
That's what I want to know.
I guess the man in me, let me go help this woman, dog. Let me go try to help this woman.
So of course I went in and I went to go help the woman, of course, right? Upon me helping the woman, let me tell y'all what happened. Upon me helping the woman, let's go back to the screen first.
In the morning.
So upon me helping
What you doing? Pay attention to her will. Look at her. Look.
Upon me helping her, this is what I told the lady. I said, ma'am. I want, okay. I'm trying to give her a quick little close up. I said, ma'am, first I tried to de-escalate the situation because the lady was panicking, right? The lady was panicking. So I said, okay, let me put my thinking cap on because I am a thinking man. So the lady was panicking and I said, look, ma'am, the first thing you need to do, and I calmed me talking slow and delayed, right? I did this on purpose to calm her down because she's like this. I'm like, ma'am, it's okay. The first thing you have to, I said, are you okay? The first thing you have to do you have insurance? Let's get someone on the phone. She said, okay, I appreciate that. I thank you so much, right? Because she needed some form of direction. So I said, okay, ma'am, call your provider, let them know what happened. She said, I am an attorney. I am late. So I said, ma'am, you're not going to get there on time. You're late. Your car is right now in the sand, basically. You're late. You won't get there on time. It's okay. What I would like for you to do after you call and make sure someone is on the way, dispatched to you, because me and the guy try to lift it up. You can't lift that up. You need some type of jack to lift it up and a tow truck to then pull it off of the curb because the bottom of the car was so low that it was on the curb, and the front wheel, the driver's wheel, and the passenger wheel that's on the front side, right? It was lodged against it. So you would have to, it was scraping the bottom of the car. So I told her, it's okay. Remain calm. She said she needed to hear that. So, and this is a grown lady, mind to tell you. She was supposed to be representing somebody on today, and she's like, she's fed up because she couldn't represent her client, which I totally understand. But sometimes things get in the way of business, and how you respond and react to it shows what? Character. We're back on this word, character, right? I'm gonna run this video back again. It shows character. So saying it all to say, after she got in the car, and she called, and she's like, okay, she's late. she can't get there, I'm letting her know, stay, wait, we're going to try to assist you and help you. If we can't, then you have to call your provider, right? That's it. So it just goes to show, always remain calm in any type of situation because you never know, right? And do the proper steps. You have insurance. Why do you pay insurance? For moments like these. Also, what I told her about her job situation, I said, ma'am, take a video of this because the video will be timestamped. Send it to your superior and let them know, whatever law firm you work for, let them know you are in a bottleneck right now. And it's nothing that you can probably do. It's absolutely nothing. Now, will the client be misrepresented? Who knows if it was a criminal attorney or anything along that nature, right? So maybe she had to be there, but I'm like, at least call the courts. Let them know that as well. So you're calling the court, you're calling your insurance provider, you're taking a video footage of this just for your receipt, while on the same time you're calling the courts to let them know, hey, it's like if you're late for work, hey, I will be running an extra amount of minutes late, or I just got into a bottleneck. What's the next procedure? She thanked me a lot. She said, I appreciate it. Is anything I could do for you? Dinner, anything along that nature? I said, no, ma'am, it's the character. It's in me. Are you okay? I'm tired because I work overnight. So it's like, I just went on my way and just planned this scenario for y'all. We can watch it one more time for the people that's just coming in. Let's watch it one more time for the people that's just coming in, right? Let's start over.
Lady, look at this lady. What the hell was she thinking? Y'all, look at her. She's on the curb trying to hopscotch and pay attention to her wheel. Pay attention to her wheel. Look at her. Look at her. Pay attention to her wheel. Pay attention to her wheel. Look at her. Look at her. She's stuck. Woman, what you doing? I'm trying to go home and you in traffic. What we doing? Zoom in. What we doing? Ma'am, madam, what we doing? You could not make this up, man. What were you thinking? I guess the man in me, let me go help this woman, dog. Let me go try to help this woman.
Okay, so that was that, right? Smash that like button, leave them comments down below. Let me know what you thought about that. Remember, the key word of today is character. What would you have done in that situation? Most would have just rolled by and, went on along their business, right? But I seen it was a lady by herself. And I said, well, you know what? Yes, I'm tired, but at the same time, that doesn't really matter. That's just a thought. We're still going to get the work done. So all I'm saying is that your character matters. End of the day, she was like, can I take you out? Can I do this? Can I do that? I said, no, ma'am. The man in me won't even allow me to do that. I just wanted to make sure you was okay. And you see, she was panicking. She's damn near about to have a panic attack. So those words, I'm sure, helped her out a lot, because it gave her a sense of direction. And mostly women want a sense of direction, right? So let's continue. I wanted to end this with, let me share another screen for y'all. I wanted to end this with Charleston White stating that he's going to vote for Trump, but he let you know what's going on with the whole political situation, right? Let's get it. I like this screen a little better. Let's get it right now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Mexico just put in their first female president.
Mexico.
She just got sworn in like a couple weeks ago. What you think about that?
Mexico finna go to shit. yeah, I'm sorry. Mexico finna go to shit.
Yeah, crazy.
I don't trust the woman's emotions. Because she's ruled by that.
Yeah.
She's governed by her emotions.
Yeah, I don't really think that as far as leadership position, that's not the best thing. Even if you read the Bible and all of that, we can go biblical, right? She's supposed to follow, and you as a man supposed to lead. What happens when you trade roles and place and things? It leads you to destruction. Not discounting the woman now, not discounting her. She's good as what she's good at. But as far as playing a man role in the lead, that's never gonna work. That will never work. That's a disastrous. But let's continue.
We're governed by our logic and our reasoning, and it's hard to reason with emotions.
Yeah,
that's why when you argue, you gotta let the feeling go. Homie, it's hard to reason with emotions. So I'm almost afraid that Kamala is gonna win. That's my biggest fear right now. In this election, that she finna win. Because they pushing this narrative so hard for her to.
They after Obama said what he said, she went on her website and she posted these 5 initiatives, supposedly with black men in mind, but it says for black men and others. A few of them are 1 million loans, up to $20,000 forgivable.
Others, that was the key word. See, I got to remember, I had to learn the English language, right? So I kind of know it quite well extensively. I read, I educate myself, try to challenge myself on the daily. So when they put those keywords in there, others, right? What others do y'all think she's talking about? It ain't but one other conglomerate that she's sponsoring or that she wants to matriculate into voting for her. It's the migrants. It's the migrants. That's the only others that I can think about. The 20 million migrants that passed, right? That came into the United States of America. And illegally too at that. Now, I'm a migrant myself, but we did it the right way. So there's nothing wrong with doing things the correct way. But the illegal way, that's the problem. Now, some of these states, you don't need a voter ID in order to vote. 14 states, look it up yourself. Look it up yourself. Don't believe me. Look it up yourself. 14 states in the United States of America now, by law, requires no ID in order to vote. And these states are sanctuary states, right? The same states that allow the migrants to come in. I don't believe in coincidences. I do not believe in coincidences. Let me repeat. I do not believe in coincidences. It's called a stage play, Shakespearean, theatrical, very much so. But let's continue.
Decriminalization of marijuana on a federal level, which is interesting to me because it's like, why would
And that's what I don't like, right? They're always trying to get the black man together. You give him some money and you give him some weed and you think that's all we need. I don't even smoke. This is why you don't need to. That's an ultimate distraction, right? Because I figured out if they're going to give it to you, there's something wrong with it. There's something wrong with it. And we all know that the chemicals that's in it right now is causing a lot of disruption in the body because what you really like ain't good for you. Let me repeat. Most of the things that you enjoy isn't good for you. So you can't just target us with those type of propaganda or those or antics and think that's all we stand for. That's a spit in the face. So that's all we stand for. A 20-piece, $20,000 and some mortar. Ain't y'all tired of it? How far have that gotten you as far as a conglomerate? Absolutely nowhere. But right back in the same position that you left off at. You're really doing a 360, not even a 180. You're doing a 360 because you're coming right back where you left off at. So I find that to be an insult. That's all I'm saying. I find that to be an insult. I don't know about you, but I have character. I find it to be an insult. That's all we worth. What about the innovators? What about business loans? What about reparations? Which I don't believe in reparation because Think about it. You have winners and you have losers in this world. Some people get conquered, some people don't. Other societies, they gave reparations too, but they're not going to give it to us. It ain't no point in you having your hands out. You have to go take what they took from you. That's all I'm saying. That's the only thing that makes sense. As a man, you have your hand out. How long we've been having our hands out for reparation? You're not getting it. You're never going to get it, because once you get it, your class will damn near take over the world. Little do people know, mostly other races make their money off our backs. So if we start turning to one another, right? Every other race is going to be broke overnight. This is my belief. Because we spend trillions of dollars. We just don't keep it. We spend trillions of dollars with everybody but us. So at the end of the day, if we reverse engineer that and start spending money with ourselves, everything else shall crumble. Why do you think mostly commercials and all that, it targets what? Black men and black women. Can we talk about it? The news, most commercials target us, but the news want to separate us. That's two sides of the coin. And the truth is, that's what's making this whole conglomerate and this whole dynamic work. But let's continue.
Which is interesting to me, because it's like, why would you do that with a black guy in mind?
Come on now.
And then the rest of them was...
That's a form of racism. That's basically saying that's the only thing we could do. That's the only thing we can do that's racist. You ain't no better than the other man. That's racist.
Pretty much the same thing as she already had been saying, but she just put, specifically that this is what black men in mind, as far as like, the housing and all of that other type of stuff. But for the most part, those were the main two that I think that a lot of people were upset about.
Socialism.
What do you think about that?
She's pushing socialism off on black people.
Yep.
That's exactly what she's doing.
I wouldn't even call it socialism. I would go as deep and call it communism and Marxism. We can get deep. She's doing a communistic point of view, right? And it's really Marxist. Think about it. The other day on the other video, I gave you a definition of what these things are, right? But look it up yourself, right? The key words are communists, look at their agenda, and then look at Marxism, right? Look at their agenda. Now understand that both is intertwined. Understand that both are intertwined.
She's pushing socialism. She think we can be bought. And I'm telling Donald Trump, if you give all young black men a lifetime supply of Michael Jordan tennis shoes, they too will vote for you. You ain't, man, listen, just, man, they don't think we're dumb. They know we are when it comes to this political game, homie, black men.
Yeah.
And that's why I tell people, right? Now, for a black man to be talking about politics, I'm one of the real ones, right? But understand that I was told by advisors, and these are wealthy people, billionaires to be exact. I was told that if you don't study politics, the fools that do will run you. Let me repeat, because if you have a business, you have to know how to move your pieces around, and politics generally tells you how to move your pieces around. Generally lets you know, will this be a high tax year, where the money is flowing to, if this is going to be QT, quantitative tightening, or QE, quantitative easing. Are they going to dump money inside the society? Are they going to squeeze it and take it away like they're doing right now, which is causing inflation and everything else to go up? But after presidency, if you know what Jerome Powell just said, study the feds, right? That's why I tell people it really doesn't matter who's president. You must be the president of your own life. You must be the president of your family. You must make sure that they're in the right, proper direction. Trump ain't coming to save you, and or Kamala. But I believe that as far as what America need, I don't see black and white. I see what it is, right? As far as what America need, they need a Trump. They need somebody that can fix the economy first. Forget this identity politics. Oh, she look like me, I'm gonna vote for her. That don't work. Only the dumbfounded people really think like that. Oh, we look alike. That's my brother. That's my sister. No, they have done more harm to you, right, in our lifetime. Our people have done more harm to us in our lifetime than any other people. Not saying that back in the days when slavery happened and all of that, that they wasn't part of the problem. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying let's look beyond that as far as now. Our people have done more harm to us than ever before. That's all I'm saying. Pay attention to the music, the culture vultures, as Dame Dash would say. Pay attention to these type of things. Pay attention to the frequency or the vibration, the rhythmic music that we listen to now, the death culture. Pay attention to those things, right? That's why I say our people harmed us a lot. So when you see them trying to play this identity politics thing, begin to say, why? These are the same people that's giving migrants everything and giving you nothing. They spent over $66 billion, right? Sending money overseas to Ukraine using your tax dollars, right? Listen to what I'm saying. 66 billion. Can somebody say that in the chat? 66 billion. Big B. We ain't talking them M&Ms. We talking big B's, right? $66 billion overseas, right? And they spent $3 billion on the migrants at home. I mean, not the migrants at home, at the veterans. These are the people that fought for the United States of America. These are the people, they're older, they need help, they need assistance, right? Now you're going to turn your back on these veterans? How dare you, America? How dare you? You're losing respect. You're losing respect. The veterans can't even get any type of food voucher or anything along that nature, right? And I believe that when you get older, that's when they feed upon you. They're like, oh, they can't help themselves. Ain't no one coming to help them. You got to watch out for the okie doke. Don't allow it to happen. Do not allow it to happen. Where is this $66 billion? We just had FEMA the other day telling people from Hurricane Milton and Hurricane Helene, right, that they have no more monies. What do you mean you have no more monies when you printing money out of the machine? Who do you take us for? Idiots? The money's coming from the machine. You can print the money if you really want the money. No one's dummies. So, and then you giving people $750? $750, right, for emergency funding, while you sending $66 billion. You just sent some money to Lebanon the other day. So you taking care of the outside before you take care of the inside? That's the problem. America have their hands on everything else but the hands on what they need to fix the problem internally. They keep on looking out when the problem is within. Why you think it's imploding as we speak? Think about it. You got to take care of the inside before you take care of the outside. At least that's what I was told growing up. Take care of your household, take care of the inside first. You can go out and have all the fun you want to have. But make sure your inside is good. So that's principles, that's morals, that's character building. People forgot their ways and their character. Let's continue. Charleston, you have the floor. Charleston, you have the floor.
$1 million in loans starting from 20,000. Why not just give us reparations?
Well, they asked her about that recently at a town hall, and she said she would study it, quote unquote.
Huh? What do you mean study it? What does that even mean? You're gonna study it. That's basically saying ain't nothing you can do about it. Because the same people that's flooding her pockets, and let me give you another fact today. Guess who donated $50 million to her on today? Or just the other day? Bill Gates. Bill Gates, right? Donated $50 million to this woman when they know that they need the money in Florida right now to help the survival hurricane victims. You know how many people died down there? Flood. You giving them $750 for what? There ain't no food in the grocery store for them to have $750. What are they gonna spend the money on? How they gonna access the money if the machine's out? Make it make sense. And if they do have the money, right, most people got disqualified for it, and then they telling you that you got to pay the money back. My God, you might as well keep that little 7 bliff. Eat it. You eat it. You eat that $750. It's not edible. You can't buy nothing with it. Okay, you buy food with it. Where you gonna store the food at? Like, I'm like, who's running this place? Where are you gonna store the food at? Insurance ain't trying to kick out no payments. A week before, a couple of days before that, Helene came. They didn't give anybody any payments for that. The estimators didn't even come out to estimate the damage, and then they had another damage on top of that. So what they gonna say? Excuse me, y'all been paying insurance for this long. Y'all only get to file one claim. What? These were two separate events. What do you mean only one claim? That's armed robbery. Can we talk about it? Well, let's discuss. Let's discuss.
Quote, study it.
What's there to study? We know this group of people have been done wrong. We know that nobody owes them something, but we deserve to be given something for what our people had to endure that left us in these conditions that we are now.
Yeah.
This powerful molecular heater that superheats your...
I want to know why we're not in an uproar about these things. You know, you allow them to treat you like that because you ain't saying nothing about it.
She's offering a lot from the government. She's offering a lot from the government. If you have a kid, how much she say she?
I don't like the fact that she's offering a lot from the government. Because last time I checked, nothing comes good from a handout. You got to go and get it yourself. Nothing comes good from a handout. And if the government got you wrapped up, right, what happens when they decide to say, you know what, let's cut off the umbilical cord. Let's cut off the supply. Y'all depend on us too much. Then what? What would you do then? How would you live then? How would you move then? Never put your egg in that basket or your eggs in that one. Because when they feel like doing what they want to do, it's over for you. Let me repeat. It's over for you. That's why you need entrepreneurs and independent thinkers on this realm. Because that's the only thing that's going to make sense. Everything else, nonsense. Or is this too dependent? Never be dependent. Be interdependent. Or be independent. Be independent. Never be dependent. Be independent. Now, I'm not saying that as far as separating yourself from the family dynamics. That's a whole different conversation. That's where you need to be interdependent, depending on the whole conglomerate in order to work. But we talking politics right now. We talking politics.
$6,000.
$6,000 per kid. That sounds like communism with some socialism. Our government giving us everything. But I mean, if the government give us now, they can take, they own. So
right.
Nah, man. Bring me Trump. You bring me Trump and let him fix the economy.
Right.
Let's not focus just on black males.
Right.
Nah, man, let's fix the economy first.
What do you think about Trump in general? Like, what do you think about him?
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Trump. But what concerns me is he want to get back. I think Trump, I think he got a vendetta to get back at some people.
Think so?
Yeah. They've been kicking him in his butt, man, these last few years, man.
I think he deserves a little get back. Because think about it. What him and Elon decided that they was going to do, they was going to reduce the government size. Once you reduce the government size, for instance, you got what they call it, ATF, right? Whatever tobacco or the Agency of Tobacco and Drug Law Enforcement, whatever it is. I really don't know what the acronym means right now, but let's continue. You guys know what I'm talking about, the ATF, right? We can disqualify that. You got the FBI, you got the CIA, you got all these things. You got the Department of Justice, Department of Labor, right? Some of these things or these programs need to be reduced. This is how I know this is to be true. Because if you reduce the programs, right, and reduce these things, guess what's going to happen? Study economics 101. What's going to happen is that you're going to start making more money than you ever made before. You're going to start to keep more money than you ever made before. And if you keep more money and then you can circulate money the way you really want to circulate it, the economy would then begin to uplift itself. But every time it's time for you to pay tax, pay this, pay that. The new tax code now is fees. Late fee this, fee this. A fee plus the taxes is double tax. Pay attention, peep game. They don't talk a lot about taxes no more, but they talk a lot about fees. Fees. Fees are the new keyword. Keyword codename kids next door. Keyword codename kids next door is fees. That's a double, triple tax. You got a sales tax. You got a fee tax on top of that. When you sell something and somebody else receives the money, they got to pay tax on that. When they buy their services and goods, they got to pay tax on that. By the time you look at it, right, all the money go back to the government. Like, don't fall for the okie doke. All the money go back that you made in your lifetime end up going right back to the government. You can make millions, you make billions. Most of it is going to end up going back to the government. For example, you buy a house, you own a house, you finish paying off the house, you still got to pay what? What do they call those things you have to pay? Property taxes. What's that? You done already bought the damn house. Okay, you fail to pay your property taxes after you done bought the house. They got a right to sell your house. What? And break up your family estate? What in the world? Y'all understand that scams? Scamnomatics. I don't even think that's a word. I just made that one up. But understand that that's a scam. Think about it. You buy something, you pay something off real quick. You still owe, they telling you in order for you to maintain what you have to pay property taxes. Who the hell does the property tax go to? It damn sure don't go to you and I. It goes to a royal family. That part. But let's continue.
You think it's warranted?
No, I don't think it's warranted at all.
I don't think that he would do anything like on no type of revenge type stuff.
Yeah, he go get some.
I think he will do some type of revenge, and not the revenge that people talking about. Well, he has the presidency and he can lock down the country and become king. That's false. They just spreaded a narrative for you based on fear. You got the Supreme Court. You got the people. The people are not going to allow that to happen. That's the first law. They're not going to allow that to happen. Plus, he's been president for the years before that. Why he didn't do it then? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I got common sense. Make it make sense. You know, that's a fear tactic. That's a fear tactic. It's not going to happen. But think about it. If he then get elected or selected, right? And some people might say, okay, cool. We don't really get to decide on the popular vote. And 9 times out of 10, we have electoral college votes. If you understand the dynamics of politics, that really get to decide on that. But locally, you should always vote. Some people might say, I'm not going to vote because your vote don't matter. It don't count. It don't matter anyway. I'm here to tell you, that's a lie. On a local level, your state level, it does matter. It matters a lot. So still go out and vote. Forget the hype. Still go out and vote. And also all these people that try to assassinate the man, you know that he waiting on Apple to subpoena Apple to say, hey, look, crack these phones and let us know what's really going on. Who sent the hit? Why wasn't this building covered? Was this an inside job? Me, I got common sense and street sense as well, right? And I look at it as an inside job because there's no way you can bypass the CIA, the FBI like that without it being the CIA and or the FBI and or another form of intelligence. There's no way. You can't get up close on the president like that. It's no way unless it's from the inside. The inside man said it was made most likely it's from the inside out. Not from the outside in. Can we talk about it? Grab your pots and pans. It's time to cook. Don't forget the spatula. Charleston, you got it.
The people back. Yeah. You like, yeah. He go. He got something to prove.
Big
yeah, I think Trump got something to prove going in. Which ultimately I think once if he do gets in. This what I do know about it.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Boom, boom. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Boom, boom.
He loved his country.
Yeah, I do.
If I don't know nothing else, he loved America, and he fighting for America. So that's where I stand with him at.
Yeah.
I'm a proud American, my nigga. I'm a proud American. I wouldn't want to live nowhere else. I wouldn't want to be, man, I'm proud to be born in this country. The privileges, the rights, all of that, homie, you can't get this nowhere else on earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if nothing else, I stand with that president because he stand with this country.
Do you think that, because, you know, it's a lot of people that always participate in the national election, but they don't necessarily participate in a local election?
Which is the most
important election. Let me read a comment, because I normally, what I'm doing is for my time, I put a price point on there, a little $10 or whatever. You want me to read your comment out loud? But also, it ain't always about the money over here, right? It's about the principles and the morals. So I'm going to read a couple of comments because that's to engage the audience, and that's what we're doing it for. Channel randomly popped up, but this is a good dialogue. I appreciate, and the name is, if I butchered your name, I don't mean no harm. I don't mean no harm. Rontavius, right? Or Rontavius. Let's just say Rontavius Snipes. China randomly popped up, but this is a good dialogue. I appreciate it. This is a healthy discussion. Can we talk about it? Grab your pots and pans. It's time to cook. Don't forget the spatula. Also, we have another comment that just came in as well. Love and Loyalty said, peace from New York. What's up, New York? What's going on, NY? What's going on, NY? Hey, NY, let me know what's going on in New York as far as the migrant crisis and everything else that's going on. Also, let me know what's going on with Eric Adams. How is he? Did they get to him? Another thing, somebody emailed me and they want me to react to the Diddy situation and give y'all an update. So I'm going to give y'all an update later on tonight about that, all right? I'm going to do a little video tonight about the Diddler, the Riddler, and we're going to break the code.
It's important, which is the most important election, because that directly affects your life on a day-to-day basis. When your trash get picked up, your school boards, your governor, your senator. So those are your representatives. Those are your representatives who represent you up there. The president represents the country. So that's why I don't understand how she can say, well, for black men and others. Mm-hmm. So if you can say for black man and others, then give us something specifically, like y'all gave the Asians, an Asian hate bill, like y'all gave the gays. So they have something specific.
And that's what they won't do. I don't think they ever made a bill specifically for the black community. They're not going to do that. We're going to be waiting millions of years for that. They're not going to do that, because if you empower us, game over. Game over. Let's continue. And I find that to be a little bit racist too, because you allow the Asians, when people was going against the Asians, they made sure that they made a bill and a law to protect the Asians. When Obama was in office and all he was projecting and promoting was the LBGTQ, elemental P, alphabet people, right? All he was promoting. Look at all the laws that he passed for them. But yet they're supposed to be so-called black. No, they just feeding on us. But when it comes time to deliver, can someone say no show? When it comes time to deliver, ghosts. No one's there. Spooky. Isn't it? Isn't it quite spooky? Malcolm X also said the other day, right? I was watching a video of Malcolm X, and he said, we must be foolish or fools to be voting for people that use you. And when it comes time for them to pass some type of law that benefits you, they give you nothing. That's pimping one-on-one. Can we talk about it? Well, let's discuss.
There should be something specifically for us, but not in form of a government handout. Second chance opportunities for black men in this country who have nonviolent offenses to have their records cleared. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Black, so an opportunity for black men who once got in trouble at 18, 19, 20 years old by way of the drug trade or whatever. and now are living productive, pro-social lives, and allow those men to have another shot at gaining their Second Amendment rights.
Yeah.
So there can be something more specific for us. To say black men and others, that's a smokescreen.
What do you think it's a smokescreen for?
And others?
It's a crime. That's all I'm saying. It's a crime. It's more than a smokescreen, Charleston. It's a crime. They're going to try to use us again. The same thing that they do with, that's what I'm saying. People don't understand. What they do, Black Lives Matter. I've been told people that was a hoax. I've been telling people that was a hoax for years. Now y'all finally figured it out. The Black Lives Matter was ran by two lesbians. They're never going to have your best interests, first of all. You got two people that don't even think right. Liquor tongues. They don't have your best interest. What they're going to do is do what they've been doing for a millennium. They use your problems and your pain points. This is marketing real quick. They use your problem and your pain points and promote that, right? While the Black Lives Matter was basically, if you were a business and you supported them, guess what you got? A tax incentive, which means a tax cut. So you were donating to a cause that then end up giving you the money damn near right back. When it comes time for them to redistribute the money, right? Because they made millions. They made a lot of money off of that, right? Off your pains and your problems and your traumas and your lifestyle, right? Your history. They made a lot of money. And what happened? No longer. You don't see them anymore. They done bought them a nice big house, $1 million house, and forgot about you. Pocket large, pockets fat, and forgot about you once again. So you can miss me with that. That's all I'm saying. Miss me with that. Let them who have eyes see clearly.
Because
who are the others?
That's what I'm talking about. And others. Who are the others?
Yeah.
Migrants.
So that's the smokescreen is saying we're not going to give anything specifically for black people, black males.
Migrants.
Black women have something specific. They can always they always have assistance.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Black women, the black woman always have assistance through a government entitlement program. There's food stamps, welfare, WIC, Planned Parenthood, so we have nothing specific.
A lot of black women are saying that we hate them, and that's one of the reasons that we're not going to vote for Kamala Harris, because we hate.
Well, Kamala's.
It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. See, black women are saying that because they want us to be damn near them. No, men vote a different way, and we think a different way. We're going to think a little bit more logical. Most of y'all just voting for her because she's a woman. That's it. But what does this woman do to qualify? What's her policies? What's her principles? How does it plan on benefiting you? Or is she going to hit you with the okie doke like most of them do and say, we got him again. We appeal to their emotions again. We got him. They had to sick their big dog Obama talking about y'all black men better vote for Kamala or else. I said, man, Obama, I got a father. My God, he don't ever talk to me like that. So who in the hell is you? You know, you begin to think like you kind of stepping across your boundary there. And then when you do your research on him, he related to Brad Pitt. He related to the Royals. He went to a prestige school, all of these things. So he's not for you either. Think about it. Can we talk about it? After you finish talking about it, right? Thinking about it. Can we talk about it? Well, let's discuss. Let's discuss. Cook up. Hold on. Somebody requests me to do my cook up song. Hold on. Cook up, cooking up that cook up, cooking up that cook up, cooking up that cook up. I'm cooking up that cook up, cooking up that cook up. I'm cooking up that cook up. Let's get it, Charleston. It's your time to cook. Grab your pots and pans. Don't forget the spatula.
She's not black. She just got yellow skin. She's not black.
She ain't black at all.
Most black women.
Yeah, Candace Owens been kind of going hard about that.
Yeah, but she's not black.
Candace Owens figured it out for all of us. right? And I come from the islands myself. Word on the street, or let's just say word on the island, right? Her grandmother was Irish. Her family owns slaves in Jamaica. Let me repeat. Did my research. Her family owns slave in Jamaica. Her father is a communist that don't even like the daughter. Her father, she has a way of her father, right? The grandmother that y'all seen that picture or that book that she read or she written, I called the book, I remixed the book and called it The Lies that They Told, right? They told me the truth the lies that they told. That's not her grandmother. That's not granny. That's not grandmother. That's not mama. That's not it at all. Her grandmother died 4 years before she was born. So I began to think, hold on. Critical think, right? I'm a critical thinker. Let's begin to think. How in the world, right? How in the world are you in that picture with your grandmother if your grandmother dead? Whoa. I said, got him, caught him. How in the world are you in that picture if your grandmother dead? And I began to think, that's not her grandmother. And if you in that picture like that, I can crop and make anything look real online. All my thumbnails I do myself, and this is that the third. I can make anything look real online. I can put you amongst people that you've never been placed around, just off the picture. Because a picture painted what? 1,000 words. I believe that a video paint millions. So with that being said, they doing it right in front of your face like people don't think. So I said, nah, we got to break this code. We got to break this all the way down. But let's continue.
Other black women. That's why they don't speak to each other. That's why they roll their eyes at each other. That's why at work, you don't see a sisterhood of black women in corporate America.
No, you don't.
Nowhere do you see a bunch of black women rattling around sisterhood.
Yeah.
So they're trying to shame us. They're trying to shame us into voting for a woman. Black men and a black woman been divided for a long time, and it ain't got nothing to do with the political election.
That's fact.
Yeah, we've
So
been
you think
divided
that
for a long time.
they making this, that women are using this in order to justify however it is that they feeling or they dealing with as far as what the results are going to be with this election?
Yeah. Man, they don't. The Democrats are very clever.
Very much
So people like to say that the party switched. Southern strategy, the Nixon shit, right? So they like to say the party switched. They really didn't switch. Now some went and joined over, but the Democrats just became more clever in their approach and their presentation to pull us in for votes.
Yeah.
It's always been, we're going to give you something. We're going to give you something. We're going to give you something. Dr. King didn't align with either party, but he spent more time with the Republicans because at that time, the Republicans was 100% responsible for the legislation, the writing of the Civil Rights Act, right? So somewhere in the 90s, in the 80s, the Democratic Party began to get in bed with Hollywood celebrities. Yeah. So now that's why you see from Kamala, Obama, all of them ran to our black celebrities.
And that's facts. And that's why they use the celebrities to cast their votes. They be like, it's the same thing that they did in slavery, right? Y'all would think, how did we get conquered, right? We got conquered because our own people, damn near, they used our own people, brainwashed our own people to then conquer us. The same thing they doing with the celebrities now. Whoever you listen to, whoever you like, have you noticed? All of them. But I mean, all of them came out, from the Steve Harveys to the Megan Thee Stallions, to all genre, to the what's her name? What's this white girl name? Poppin' white artist. Whatever her name is. They used her as well. So they're using a lot of all these celebrities. They must use them because that's how they get their payouts. And they get paid out a lot of money, right? Just to say, hey, go vote for this, go vote for that, just to keep the message. They use Magic Johnson. I couldn't believe it. I said, what? Where you been at? And they use, so it just goes to show, what it showed me is that, oh, I see who all the puppeteers are, right? I see who all the puppeteers are. Because when it's time to vote, all of them come out the closet. You got the Hughley. They use everybody. I said, I couldn't believe it. And then they try to attack Janet Jackson for going her own way and saying, this is what I'm going to do and this is what I'm not going to do. They try to silence her. You know, so all I'm saying is that just be very careful and just educate yourself. That's all I'm saying. Educate yourself on these topics because that's what's really going to save you. That's what's really going to save you. On that note, it's about 12:15. Peace, blessings, and love, you know, on Eastern time. Hopefully y'all having some lunch right now or anything along that nature. Smash that like button. Tell a friend and tell a friend. This is the beginning. This is not the end. Shoot me emails to let me know what subject matters y'all want me to cover. I don't drink coffee, but you can be generous and buy me some tea. That's the Cash App and the PayPal is right down below. I'm going to add some links and add some values to it. Check on your credit, right? Identity IQ, you get a discount link. All the links that I give you is discount. You want some business funding? Click on the links down below. I'm about to upload the video immediately, right? And then also I'm going to pin it to the top of the chat as well. And then the EMF protectors, the electromagnetic frequency for every phone, for every computer, for every Wi-Fi set that you have, right? You need to protect yourself from these electromagnetic frequencies. You need to. You can't see it. We can only see 10% of the things that's around us, which means we all are damn near blind. So protect yourself from the things that you can't see because you never know how it's affecting you, how it's affecting how you think, how you breathe, how you grow, because frequency, radio frequency, everything along that nature isn't good. It causes cancer and anything along that nature. So hit the EMF link as well. You get a large discount. You get an egregious amount of a discount on that one. That's how you support the channel. That's all I ask. On that note, peace, blessings, and love. And y'all know how I end it. Positivity over negativity always. Cooking up that cook up.